Today's a WRAL weather alert day. We have a steady rain that will roll in a bit later this morning and be with us all day. I'll show you the cold temperatures that'll go along with it.
The Durham Police Department wants to hire more officers. The hiring event happening today as police investigate 5 separate shootings in the Bull City that happened this week.
Also, more help for those recovering from Helene in western North Carolina. We'll tell you about the benefit concert taking center stage tonight in Raleigh. We have heard a lot about other shows that have happened in the past. We have one fresh on tap for you tonight, and a lot of news to get to today on our Thursday. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Renee Chu. And that benefit concert to help victims of Helene. We haven't had significant rain since Helene, but we're getting that today. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. Where's the rain now?
Right now, it's back to our west. And as we take a look at Futurecast, you can see that rolls in here this morning, and we'll see that for much of the day. Some of it may feel a little bit heavy at times, but mainly it's just going to be some steady rain that rolls in across our area. And again, all day, it's not going to have a big effect on our morning commute. We'll start to see that rain the latter part of the commute. So if you're one of those folks who heads out later in the day, looking at 3/4 of an inch to over an inch of rain. Again, everybody's going to see this rain, and it is much needed. We take a look at some of the rainfall totals on our computer models. And again, everybody's right there either side of 1 inch, and it's much needed. We could use even more than that, but we'll take what we can get. It's also going to be chilly too. Walking in this morning, I was really glad I had my thicker jacket on. It's 37 in Roxborough, 40 in South Hill, 45 in Fayetteville. We're not going to see any frozen precipitation here. It's just not going to be cold enough for that. But hourly, we stay chilly. We haven't had highs in the low 50s since last March, and that's what we'll end up seeing today. Of course, we also have a new system in the tropics, and I'll take a closer look at where it could be going coming up.
Thanks, Elizabeth. The WRAL News team will keep you updated throughout the day as that rain moves through our area. Make sure you tune in during our newscasts from 4 to 7 this evening on WRAL.
The Durham Police Department is recruiting new officers. Today's hiring event comes after a series of shootings this week, 5 reported within 72 hours. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from Durham Police Headquarters. Kelsey, the department is looking to fill hundreds of vacancies.
Yes, Renee, they are right now. More than 27% of Durham police officer positions are vacant. So people who are interested can come here to DPD headquarters later today to find out more information about how they can serve. Now, although today's hiring event was previously scheduled, this comes after a series of shootings here in Durham. 5 reported shootings in 3 days. Our WRAL Investigates team looked into Durham crime trends. They researched how many charges have been filed against people who live in Durham between 2019 and 2024. Well, those numbers are up 110%. Durham Mayor Leah Williams says they're working on fixing that issue. So that's why officers may be needed now more than ever. Today's hiring event is happening tonight at 6, and you can attend here in person or online. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Durham.
Republicans will control both chambers of Congress in January. The GOP has secured the 218 seats needed to control the House. Republicans reached that number after races in Arizona and California were called for GOP candidates yesterday. Republicans took control of the Senate from Democrats on election night.
President-elect Donald Trump's choice of Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz to be the next Attorney General is drawing strong reaction from both Republicans and Democrats.
Mr. Gaetz breaks things to break things, and then once he breaks it even more. And that is somebody who should not be the Attorney General of the United States.
This feels like a red alert moment for democracy.
Gaetz will need a majority of the Senate to be confirmed. House Speaker Mike Johnson says Gaetz has already resigned his seat in Congress, and that means the current House ethics investigation into him over allegations of sexual misconduct and drug abuse will end. The Justice Department launched its own investigation of Gaetz 3 years ago over allegations involving the sex trafficking of a 17-year-old girl.
This morning, we'll get more key information about the rate of inflation. The Producer Price Index report for October will be released at 8:30. It measures changes in the cost of doing business for companies. It comes 24 hours after the release of the Consumer Price Index that examines the changes in the cost of goods and services that we all pay for. It shows the prices went up 0.2 percentage point from September.
We are hearing from the father of a woman who was shot to death outside a cookout in Durham. Devisa Lee was killed last month near the fast food restaurant on South Miami Boulevard. Police say the shooting happened around 10:30 on the night of October 26th. Lee's father, David, lives in Miami. He says the 29-year-old recently moved to North Carolina because of a job transfer.
I mean, this is not, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Truly, I don't get it. I wish they would just left my daughter down here and just not let her go up there, no transfer.
No one has been charged in connection with Lee's death. Police say the shooting is still under investigation.
Highway Patrol needs your help identifying a man who was hit and killed in Wayne County. Troopers say it happened late September on US 117 at Genia Crossing Drive in Marmac. The victim is described as a Hispanic male in his mid-20s. He weighs about 120 to 145 pounds and is between 5 feet and 5 feet 3 inches tall. If you have any idea who this person is, you can contact the Wayne County District Office.
Today, the Raleigh Youth Choir will perform in a benefit concert for Western North Carolina. The concert starts at 7 p.m. at Raleigh Memorial Auditorium. All the money from ticket sales will go to Notes of Hope to replace instruments and sheet music destroyed by Helene. WRAL's Ken Smith is the MC for tonight's concert.
4:36 right now. Firefighters in the Northeast are trying to get several fires under control this morning. New video of the fire burning in Manhattan.
And research shows that the romantasy book genre is gaining major steam among Gen Z readers.
People are discovering reading again, and I don't want to discourage that. I think anything that gets people back into reading is worthy of our praise.
The major increase in romantasy-themed events across the country as people hop offline to meet like-minded people in real life.
And we'll give you this live look in Lewisburg. Good morning to you. Dry out there for now, but the rain is on the way, and meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us when we will see those showers today.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
440 and taking a look at dual Doppler 5000 radar this morning and taking a look at where the rain is right now. Moving through Winston-Salem over toward Greensboro past Charlotte. So it's just a few hours from its arrival here, and it will have an impact on our commute this morning. We'll walk you through Futurecast and talk about how much of the day, which looks like most of it, that we'll end up seeing some rain. It's also going to be chilly with this too. We're going to see winds coming out of the northeast, so it's going to be a chilly rain. 45 in Durham right now, 45 in Raleigh, and 45 degrees in Fayetteville. So we're starting cool, and we'll stay cool all day long. 39 right now in Lewisburg, and you may see some 30s pop up on our map at some point this morning. We're not likely to see anything frozen out of this situation. We may see some upper 30s, though, near the Virginia line. So kids heading out to school definitely are going to need the umbrella, especially as they come home, and temperatures will be in the 50s.
Homeowners living near the food dye manufacturing plant that exploded in Louisville are planning to file a lawsuit against the company. According to the NBC affiliate there, the company received a citation for another incident that happened in October of 2023. Air pollution control officials say the plant released a chemical into the air, covering homes and cars in residue. Tuesday's explosion was also the second in 21 years. 2 employees were killed and 11 others injured. It blew out windows of nearby buildings. The cause is under investigation.
Another oddity, you won't hear this very often. A brush fire is burning in Manhattan right now. It is on the northern end of the island in Inwood Hill Park. Dozens of firefighters are battling the flames there. The terrain makes access difficult, so the fire department is spraying water from the Harlem River. No injuries have been reported, but New York Mayor Eric Adams is telling nearby residents to close their windows and avoid traveling in that area.
The wildfire that's burning on the New York-New Jersey border is now 50% contained. The fire has burned about 5,000 acres. Authorities say drought conditions in the Northeast are helping fuel this and other fires. New Jersey's governor issued a drought warning statewide yesterday. New Jersey's Forest Fire Service has responded to more than 500 fires since early October.
A man is dead after allegedly setting off 2 explosives near Brazil's Supreme Court. This is video from that scene in Brazil. According to the AP, the man first set off an explosion in his car, and that was parked in Congress parking lot. Nobody was hurt in that blast. Then he tried to break into the Supreme Court building before detonating an explosion device outside the building, and that killed him. The man's identity or possible motive have not been released.
A Pitt County pastor who spent nearly a decade in prison for a crime he didn't commit will receive restitution from your tax dollars for the time he spent in prison. Governor Cooper pardoned Pastor Darren Carmen last night. At 19 years old, Carmen was accused of robbing a gas station at gunpoint in Winterville. After spending 8 years in prison, it later emerged prosecutors hid evidence that could have proven his innocence. Carmen spoke with WRAL about his relentless fight to clear his name.
I appreciate the different layers admitting that there was wrong done. And so Pitt County Court, the DA, the judge, both concluded that my civil rights have been violated. And that led to the overturning of my conviction.
Carmen is one of two men pardoned by the governor. Both are set to receive six-figure sums for their years behind bars.
The NBA's San Antonio Spurs head coach Greg Popovich is recovering from a mild stroke he suffered earlier this month. He's 75 years old. He's been off the court since that health scare. The team officials say that he has started rehab. He is expected to make a full recovery. Popovich is the oldest coach in the NBA in history and also the all-time wins leader in the league, coaching the Spurs to 5 championships.
Tesla Cybertrucks are being recalled over a faulty part that could cause a vehicle to lose power. Tesla says it isn't aware of any accidents, injuries, or deaths due to the issue. This is the 6th recall for the Cybertruck this year.
Blue Sky is seeing a massive spike in new users following the election. The competitor to Elon Musk's X rocketed to the #1 spot on the Apple App Store's U.S. chart this week. Blue Sky's user base has doubled in the last 90 days, and the company shared in a post on Tuesday more than 1 million new users joined in the week following the election. Blue Sky was designed by former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey after Musk's purchase of the app. X's other rival, Threads by Meta, is #2 in the App Store.
The antitrust case against Mark Zuckerberg's Meta will go to trial. A federal judge denied the social media giant's request for a summary judgment in the government's monopoly case against it Wednesday. Meta owns Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. The FTC seeks to break up Meta. Meta claims its stake in the social media market isn't as massive as it once was. The judge said in his ruling both sides have made impressive arguments, but only a trial can decide the outcome.
The romantasy genre is picking up steam with its readers, but there's more to this trend than just reading books. It's become a cultural movement with over 800 million views on TikTok's sub-community called Book Talk. Readers are hoping to meet like-minded people in real life. The website Eventbrite reports romantasy-themed events in the U.S. have grown over 35% in the last year, with a 70% increase in attendance. Interest in book clubs also showed a 25% growth.
The goal is just to take these communities that really developed online and have these very close connections online and give them a space where they can connect in person.
The interest is also driving record book sales. The romantasy genre raked in nearly $500 million in sales last year.
Well, from romantasy to reality, we have some rain coming, and that rain's going to last all day. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. It's going to be a raw Thursday.
It really is. You know, it's November, and we do have cold rain. I think, some rock groups have sung songs about that before. And here it comes. The rain right now is back across the Triad and Charlotte, but it's getting closer to our viewing area. By the time we get to 7 or 8 o'clock, it's going to roll in. So I know you're up with us right now. If you're a fairly early riser and you're going to be out, before 7 or 8 o'clock, you'd probably be okay. But starting around 7, we're going to start to see this rain moving on in. Mostly it's going to be rain. When the cold front comes through this evening, there could be a few isolated thunderstorms with it, but we're not expecting anything severe. But it is going to be chilly. Temperatures only in the 50s. We're in the 30s and 40s right now as that rain is kicking off. So satellite and radar will show you where the rain is. We have a front that's back to the west, and that front will come cruising through. Now, will be chilly, but it will be even colder in the mountains, and you can see some purple showing up there on the map. There could be some wintry mix in the mountains of North Carolina. Wouldn't be likely to see any accumulating snow with this particular scenario. Well, jump on into Futurecast and zoom in a little closer, and you can see by 7 or 8 o'clock, we're dealing with the rain around the triangle, and it just keeps on coming after that. We'll have some pockets that are bordering on heavy, but mostly it's just going to be a steady rain today. You can see the front there at about 6 o'clock. That's when we could see a few rumbles of thunder, and then pulling out at around 11 o'clock. Some wraparound showers by tomorrow morning, though, and that could affect folks from the triangle area eastward for the commute tomorrow morning. Right now it is dry in Apex and across the viewing area. Again, we've got a couple more hours. Right now it's 4:45. By around, say, 6:45, 7 o'clock, we'll start to see some of the showers pushing in. 45 is our temperature right now, and again, it stays chilly all day long. 37 in Roxborough, 42 in Goldsboro, 44 degrees in Southern Pines, and 54 in Raleigh, 52 Durham, and 58 in Fayetteville. That's as warm as it will get all day. 40 degrees is our normal low, and we'll be close to that on Sunday. Once we get into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday are really looking nice, and we'll see a bit of a warm up. We don't have any freezing temperatures in our forecast for the next 5 to 7 days. Our normal high is 64, so we're 10 degrees below that today, but we do have some warmer weather on the way for the weekend and early next week. Checking that 7-day forecast again. Today and early tomorrow morning will be the best chance of rain that we've had all week. A pretty weekend with mid to upper 60s and plenty of sunshine, and we still have some 70s in the forecast as well. We also have a new potential tropical cyclone that's in the Caribbean. We'll talk about its potential to affect the United States coming up.
Thanks, Elizabeth. A lot going on there.
Yeah.
There's a new Trader Joe's store also opening in Raleigh, and we will tell you where that new store is located and when it opens.
And it's the first of its kind, a Christmas movie trail, where you can go to check out the sets of your favorite Hallmark movies. If you're impatient for Wicked to come out later this month, there are some alternatives headed to the theaters this weekend. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
The Fifth Element back on the big screen. The 1997 sci-fi action comedy starring Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich is returning to theaters as one of Fathom Events' big screen classics, Sunday, November 17th and Wednesday, November 20th. Get your multi-pass at fathomevents.com. Theater fans are getting their own big screen treat, the classic musical Kiss Me Kate, filmed live on the London stage. The curtain rises in select theaters on Sunday, November 17th and Wednesday, November 20th. More info and tickets at kissmekatecinema.com.
I want mission-specific training, cash, and a new identity.
Have you lost your mind?
I want to find and kill the people who murdered my wife.
I don't think you could beat a 90-year-old nun in an arm wrestling match.
But he does have a particular set of skills. Oscar winner Rami Malek plays a brilliant CIA cryptographer bent on revenge in The Amateur. The first trailer for the action thriller just dropped. The Amateur opens in theaters April 11th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Tomorrow night, the biggest name in boxing steps out of retirement. Mike Tyson will go toe-to-toe with YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. Hundreds of fans have lined up to hear from them and watch their first workout. Boxers from all 7 of Friday night's fights showed off their speed in the ring, including Tyson and Paul. Then the contenders spoke in a press conference.
I've brought in a lot of excitement to the sport, knocking people out in the biggest platforms possible, going against the biggest names and making matchups that the fans want to see.
Oh yeah, I want to see this. Friday's fight will be held in Arlington, Texas. It's expected to bring about 50,000 visitors to the city.
Oh, that will be epic. Some hope after Helene caused devastation in North Carolina. The storm dredged up a wallet that was missing for 40 years. 2 friends in Boone say they were walking on a trail during Helene cleanup. And while they were getting things out of the mud and water, they say they found the leather wallet. They took it home, cleaned it up, and looked for any identification in it. Well, in no time, they looked the owner up and messaged her, letting her know what they found.
I had a car wreck, and my car actually went off into a pond. That is the last time I remember seeing this wallet.
The owner now lives in Connecticut, and the roommates shipped the wallet to her. The owner says she plans to have the wallet professionally cleaned and displayed in her home.
memorabilia from an odd place, right? This next story is a Christmas movie fans dream, and the nation's first ever Christmas movie trail. It is now open in Connecticut. State leaders and Hallmark stars held a special ceremony in Hartford yesterday. This trail takes you to familiar scenes from the 22 Christmas movies filmed in that state. The movie trail will open December 1st and it ends December 22nd.
Christmas in Connecticut. We now have an opening date for the new Raleigh Trader Joe's store. The store in the Brennan Stations Shopping Center off Creedmoor Road opens tomorrow. The new store is 10,000 square feet. It is the second Trader Joe's in Raleigh. A ribbon cutting is slated just before the store opens at 9 a.m.
This is a live look right now downtown Cary, where the park is celebrating a year of successful operation. This Saturday, guests are invited to join in. There'll be activities, character meet and greets, circus performers, live music, and free food. Cary will host its first drone light show as well. That will be held from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m.
It really is a beautiful destination. Today, not so beautiful. Today is a WRAL weather alert day. We're going to see widespread rain. You're looking live in Wilson. The rain will be coming in just a few hours. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us how much we could see from this.
Also, a push to change gun storage laws in North Carolina. Why safety experts say the current residency requirement is failing to protect children.
Plus, the Carolina Hurricanes have their first showing against the NHL's newest team. More on the Canes' first trip to Utah, taking on the hockey club.